hello to you all, our unfiltered besties. Welcome to another insightful and interesting episode of The Unfiltered. Today, why is it that whenever the word sex comes up, some people suddenly freeze, whisper, or even judge you for bringing it up? Like, hello, we are young adults, and if there's any stage where conversations about our bodies, boundaries, and safety matter, it's now. Now, personally, let me be clear, I don't believe young adults should even be, having sex yet, but here's the point. Whether or not you're doing it, we must be able to have honest conversations about it. Because pretending the topic doesn't exist, that's how people end up misinformed, unsafe, or pressured into doing the wrong thing. So today on Unfiltered, we are asking young adults openly talk about sex and protection, or should it remain a no-go area topic? But before we dive deep into this spicy gist, please show us some love on all of our socials. Sarah has more to tell you about that, actually.
Oh my gosh, I'm super excited to be on another interesting edition of Unfiltered. And of course, if you have been, keeping it locked with us, you should know that by this time, if you're not following us on any of our social media handles, you should do that now. I mean, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on TikTok at Dominion Podcasts, and on X, formerly Twitter, at Dominion Cast. And very, 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 very important, do well to hit that subscription button on YouTube. Subscribe now and leave your comments in the comment section. Like, share to your friends, to families, and everybody around you.
All right, thank you so much, Sarah. My name is Anoluwa, popularly called Annie. And of course, I'm not doing this alone. I'm here with my ride or die.
Oh my gosh.
Partner, filtered crime.
Oh, you're flattering
the
me.
The one who never shies away from controversial topics. Hello, Sarah.
Hi,
how are you doing?
Me alone. I'm gassed up. I'm happy.
You're gassed up. You're welcome here.
It's such an honor to be on the show.
You're welcome, my darling. And today, joining us, drum roll. Drum roll. Someone say drum roll.
Drum roll. Drum roll.
And joining us for today's art conversation is not just talented, but he is a full package. Full package.
Complete.
A charismatic fresh graduate of the University of Ibadan, currently serving his father's land in Lagos State, and already stealing earth in the entertainment world as a comedian, skit maker, and actor. With his creativity and that handsome face card that never ignores, is fast becoming one of the rising stars to watch out for. Please put your hands together for the one and only Adegboye Peace. Come on, a round of applause for Peace. Hello, Peace, how are you doing today?
It's so nice to have you on the show.
It's so nice to have you here.
Thank you.
You look good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So let's go. That's something. Please don't steal our, our viewers, our audience.
No, it's
so
allowed
that
now.
Where's that fine man? It's not allowed.
It's allowed. Feel free.
All right, you're welcome today. And like we were saying behind the scene, I wanted to talk about sex and protection. Should it be talked about amongst young adults? Some people, when they hear that word sex, they don't go there, don't talk about it. Why we used to, young girl, what's your take on that?
Well, personally, I feel like topics like sex is something that we're supposed to talk about. Yeah, because there's one thing to talk about it. There's one thing to actually engage in it. Do you understand? Good. But then whether you want to engage in it or not is something that we're supposed to be fully aware of. Do you understand? So that's my take on it. Yeah.
Sarah, what do you have to say about it?
So for me, I think, so while you were speaking, I noted something. You said this is another thing to be aware and there's another thing to engage. So my problem is most young adults and even adults, of course, they're not aware. They don't have the appropriate information about sex or sexual education, or that some call it, right? So I've seen situations, I've seen cases whereby young girls, young guys, adults, they don't know anything in the sense, I don't mean they don't know jack, but they don't know in depth of what sex is. And I feel it's as a result of our society, the kind of perspective our society has pushed it to be. Our society feels like, okay, if you're not very matured, you shouldn't talk about it. And I feel it's wrong, right? It's very wrong. In as much as a girl, you're already menstruating. As a guy, you're already at some certain age. You should know about it, right? It doesn't mean that you knowing about it, you will engage or indulge in it. No, I don't buy that. So I really think as a society, we should really put effort into letting people know about
Sarah,
sex,
do you know
sexual education,
what you just said now
especially.
made me like, let me ask this question because it was what you said that prompted this, and I have it here already.
Okay.
So I'm beginning to think that you saw my notes. But it's fine. Let me start. Why do you think people of our age shy away from this conversation about sex? Let me start with my guests so that you'll give us an in-depth of what it is.
Okay.
Is it religion? Is it culture? Is it our parents?
I feel like it's for like our elders. It's an endeavor like for us to like be on the safer side. Let me play a game on you, yeah?
Oh,
Okay.
good.
Nice, I'm sad.
Don't think about elephants. Do you get? So if you talk about it, it will like it will make us like, you know, we'll like
Have something at the back of your mind.
like you want to be a little bit like, you know, conscious about it, that okay, this thing that they're saying we should not do. Do you get? Because most of the time, like our parents, they'll be like, yo, like don't be like this, don't be like that. But then eventually, most of the like kids from like neighborhoods always end up being what their parents tell them not to be.
Wow.
Do you understand? So not talking about it actually, like, you know, is like something that our parents are like, okay, if we don't talk about it, maybe they feel like, okay, we're not going to like know about it. But then when they eventually realize that maybe
they feel we're not going to know about it.
do you understand?
True, yes.
So maybe when we now like maybe in school, like so outside, and then when we like start knowing about it, that's when like they will now start like doubling back, like, oh, it's not something that you're supposed to do. And there's no way you can tell, if you tell a small child, hey, don't go there. Or maybe like lantern, when I was younger, they'll tell you, don't touch that globe, it's hot. But we don't answer until you touch it. Do you get?
I feel like it's because as humans, we are curious in nature. Like we're very curious. We want to know so many things. So if you're telling me not to do something, I would want to know. If you're not giving me a valid reason why I shouldn't do it, I would want to know. And it's by experimenting it or touching it or whatever. Do you get? So I feel like our parents or our society not talking about sexual education or sex to young adult to adults is as a result of them. So when you were talking, you were saying it's because they don't want us to know about it. It's because of that too. But I also feel like it's because they think us not knowing about it is going to prevent us from not doing it. And that's, I think that's a sham.
And do you think it will actually keep us?
I feel like it kept also to an extent.
Really?
Yes, because there's statistics that when they started sex education, the rate of people like indulging in it increased.
Increased. Oh.
Yeah. It increased. Because me, for a person, I didn't really know nothing about sex or nothing about all of those things until I got into like our institution.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, because like even growing up in like the kind of household that I grew up in, it was the TV, what we watch on TV, what we expose ourselves to, everything is censored. Even like our DSTV at the time was censored.
No, I understand if all those things are censored.
Yeah, so like there's no way that we could, you know, have access to it. Yes. And then like in school, I had friends that when we were in secondary school, they already like knew, like, you know, those were the kind of kids that they would always catch in school, that, oh, they caught these people maybe like messing around. And at the time, I was just like oblivious. Like, oh, like I don't know nothing about it. So I feel like them not telling us about it was, I'm not going to say it was the best choice. It was not the best choice, but to an extent, it helped curb us. Do you understand? Yeah, it helped curb us from like doing those things, because at the end of the day, the people like that indulged in such activities while we were young, we know where they are now, and I can boldly say that like right now I am better than them, because at the end of the day they like meddle with it, and then it became something that they would term as a mistake.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Great conversation, because this conversation is getting really hot. My co-host and my guest. But let me leave it to Sarah from here. All right, Sarah.
So I have a question actually, right? You said something about the people that indulged in it. I mean, those that know so much about sexual education in school, they're always the ones messing around and all of that. So I'm curious to know that. I'm curious to actually know, and I want to ask that, is it the case that, okay, if you know about sex, or if you have so much knowledge about sexual education, is it the case that it gives you higher chances of indulging in messy situations, or I might know about it, and I might just be, you know, a modest girl, and I just have the knowledge of it. I don't have to practicalize it. But I don't think it's always the case. I think those people that actually indulge in it it's not as a result of them having a knowledge of sex or sexual education. It's as a result of their being, like their nature. So I don't think it's their knowledge of sex or sexual education that is behind their messiness.
I think I have a different thoughts about that. Because, you know, like, okay, let me give you another, like, personal experience, yeah? Growing up, they would tell us, don't play with fire. Yeah, initially, when we didn't know nothing about fire, our parents would be in the kitchen cooking, and like, we don't even pay attention to it. Until your mom would be like, oh, don't play with fire. Yeah? And then when they are not around, that's when you'll be like, oh, let me go and play with the gas, like, what's nothing. And then me, what happened to me, well, it was even my elder brother, safe. Yeah, he was alone in the house, and then he went to the stove, he put on the gas and everything, and then he picked up a knife, something he saw on TV. That, okay, if you want to, like, maybe mold, maybe create sword, or, you know, the way all those blacksmith guys, and all. So he put the knife in fire, the knife became so red, and that was when my mom got home. So when my mom came in, instead of him to pour water on the knife and all, he decided, you know, all those drum that we always put in the kitchen, he decided to go like, oh my God. Yeah, so like everywhere became so messed up, like he spoiled the drum, the knife was still hot and everything. And it was as a result of what he saw. You know, kids, the way now we can say that maybe they should have told us about it, about sex. But then as a child, giving information to a child.
Okay, you know what? We're going to come back to this conversation because I'm not even joking. This conversation is getting so hot and spicy. But don't go anywhere. We are taking a quick break. Up next is our Vox Pop segment where we asked our viewers what they have to say about sex. Should it be talked about or should not be talked about? Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
I feel like we should talk about sex because it makes us aware of things that we don't know. So I was once roommate with MBBS student, and I learned a lot of things talking about sex, about genitals and body, everything I could learn. I actually learned about it. New things I was not aware of. So I think talking about sex makes us aware of things that we don't know, and it educates us better and prepare for some other things. Sure.
Well, I think you should talk about it because whether or not you talk about it, a lot of people are doing it. So it's more important to be aware and be abreast of every of those pros and cons so you know what you're doing, because life is all about cause and effect. So whatever you do, there has to be an effect, consequences after your action. So just know that you should talk about this. And again, it helps you, it gives you more understanding of how to go about it. I mean, some people don't know how to use some stuff I don't want to mention, but you understand what I'm saying. So it's good to also learn to do and to know how to do all those things. So I think it's very important that you should know and you should learn and talk about it.
So for me, I've been an advocate for speaking about things that people should know, and I think sex is a basic knowledge for everybody to understand. Even back then, you know, in secondary school, I think we had a subject like biology, and I think you know, most of the time our teachers try to run away from conversations like that. But I think for now we should have such topic or in our curriculum activities being studied properly, because at the end of the day, people don't know these things, and they become a separate body when it comes to things like this. So I think them having the knowledge of sex and protection, I think it helps them better in their life. So for young ones, you know, old ones, like, there are pros and cons towards these things like this. So I think it's just the knowledge. Once you have this knowledge, you know better and you do better, for me.
I feel we should, okay, my own point of view, I feel we should talk about it. Not talk about it in a way that we are now getting engulfed in it, but I feel like we should know what it is. We should not be a novice when it comes to things like that. Like then, when I knew, especially when we were in secondary school, then we want to talk about something like this, especially our teachers, they start using these words that we to be like, what are they talking about? I feel we should, have idea of what this is all about. We should not be taught by other people outside. This should be something that we should have basic knowledge about, so that one person from outside will not come and be telling us what is not. If they start telling us what is not, we can tell them that, oh, I have an idea of this. You cannot just start telling me what's on this. But I just feel like as young adults, we should not talk about sex in the way that then when I start, practicing it, but I just feel like we should have a knowledge of it. Having a knowledge about sex is actually not a big deal. It's just like educating ourselves more. That's basically.
Welcome back to the Unfiltered. You heard those street takes. Now let's unpack them. My guest, and my co-host were talking about the age to know about these things. My co-host said that maybe from the age of 16, maybe where you are, for ladies, that they study their menstruation and they are more matured. But I don't think that it's so far, because I actually saw a video on Instagram where this woman was educating a child from like 5, and she would usually tell the child that this is your what, this is your this is your that, don't let anybody touch this. When anybody touch this, tell them that what, tell them that it's not. I've forgotten the whole story actually, but I feel like that age is not too young, because some people would say that educating a child about sex from 5 is too young. But I think that if you educate them from that particular age and tell them, give them valid reason to why they should listen to you, I think it's quite all right. But let me hear what my guest has to say about this.
Well, I just feel like there are so many things that we need to learn. We need to understand about life. Do you understand? Sex is important. But then, like, the importance that we attribute to it from like a very young age, I feel like it's too much. Do you understand? Because we have like core values that we need to actually like develop, really develop. Do you understand? Yes, sex is important. Yeah, but then like I don't know, because I'm still like I'm very young. Do you understand? But then like talking about the age when you're supposed to start really knowing about sex, I can't really speak for women because I'm a guy. You understand? And for guys, for us, it's mostly about what we see. Do you understand? It's mostly about what we like see on the internet, watch, and everything. So I feel like for guys, I feel like we should already start knowing about sex, about who you are as a person, and then how you're supposed to like maintain distance from the opposite sex and everything from like a very tender. From when, at least from when we were teenagers, there were always times that they would say, okay, guys stay here, girls stay here, just so. And then from when we were very young, we already knew the difference between the male toilet and the female toilet. Do you understand? So that's where it starts from little things. Because if you go to a secondary school now and you talk about sex in the class, you discover that even all those young people say they are perverts. The way they think about even if a teacher is, I remember when I was in secondary school, if the teacher comes in trying to talk to us about biology, not even sex now, about biology, the way we take it, the awkwardness, the way she would say this and then we term it as this. Do you understand? So I feel like we should really focus more on our physiology than term it as sex.
True.
Because you can't, because sex is not a one-person thing, it's a two-people thing.
Because of our time, actually, because I'm enjoying this, and I just want you and my co-host like 30 seconds. I know you can't say a lot, but just like brief it. If young adults, this is from one of our viewers saying that if young adults shouldn't be having sex, as I strongly believe, why then is it still important that we keep teaching and talking about it?
Young adults shouldn't be having sex. Why important? Let's move. Let her answer first.
All right.
Wow, putting me on the spot.
On the spot.
Okay.
So for me, I think. So I can't.
Don't forget to
say the
30
question
seconds.
again.
Okay. If young adults shouldn't be having sex, if we tell them that you are not supposed to have sex at your age, why then is it still important that we keep teaching and talking about it?
Perfecto. So I feel like that question, it does not matter if you're already having sex or if you're already indulging in sexual activities, right? Okay, so if you're telling me that, okay, because I'm not indulging in an activity, I should not have a knowledge of it. That means I should not have a knowledge of the damage of what smoking would do to my health. That means you're saying I should not have a knowledge of the effects of maybe stealing or harming my body, playing with sharp objects, literally. So I do not really buy that. Having a knowledge of something or of a context does not really determine you indulging in it or not. You should have the knowledge of it just for you to, it's like you not really predicting, right? Predicting unforeseeable
circumstances,
effects or consequences or results, just for you to avoid it, just for you to not indulge in it. I mean, even if, some things happen by accident, if it happens by accident, you would know what to do and what not to do, like where to touch and what not to touch. So yeah, that's my view though.
Right, over to you, my guess.
Well, me
I'll give you
personally,
10 seconds because you're taking the time.
okay,
I'm so sorry.
okay, me personally, I feel like even if we're going to talk about sex, we shouldn't really term it or talk about it or attack it as a sexual type topic. I think we should start from letting the male child and female child understand their physiology. Do you understand? Let us just start from there before we now start talking about, okay, are you ready to have a partner?
So it has to be in stages.
Exactly.
Great, great. Over to you, Sarah.
Okay, so very quickly, we hope you've been enjoying the conversation over time. So we'll be going on a very short break. We want you to enjoy our fun fact segments. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and of course, it's your favorite show, Unfiltered. So now to my most exciting segment of the show, our game segment. So we'll be playing a very short game, and it's a question. I'll be asking the question. So the question is, we'll be writing our answers on our sheet of paper. Are you ready?
Yes, we are.
I'm not getting the energy. Are you
Yes,
guys
we
ready?
are.
So it's either yes or a no.
no.
So the question is, have you ever felt uncomfortable when discussions or issues around sex is being raised amongst your friends or in public spaces? Okay.
Ever, like ever?
Yes. Have you ever? It's that a yes or a
Capital
no.
letter, right?
Yes.
So that the world can see it.
Everybody has to
Capital
say it.
letter, Y-E-S. To the word, Y-E-S. Yes. Okay, I'm not supposed to say my answer out.
It's fine.
The
it's
word is
fine.
supposed to say it. What's
So
the right thing?
we are done. Oh my gosh.
Oh, great. Wow. Interesting.
Annie's going first. Yes.
Yes, so yes, so yes. So
Do you have a reason you to yes?
yes, I do.
Okay, so
because I don't like, okay, let's say that where I'm coming from, I usually don't like it. Let me tell you something funny. When I'm watching a movie and I say that they are kissing there, I still fast forward it.
Till now? Or when you were a
So now,
child?
that urge is still there now. That's just,
okay.
There's this movie I saw recently. I'll fast forward it.
How about you, please?
Me, I don't. If you want to talk about, there are so many other things that we can talk about that is different from sex.
So it makes you uncomfortable?
Yeah, like not every time,
Okay.
but then when you're just like
Making it
like,
yes.
like I just want to pass and just talk about something else.
Okay, so to me, yes. And my yes is because, I mean, as a child growing up, I used to feel very awkward and uncomfortable. But now, I'm a young adult, so I feel like I don't feel uncomfortable really. But it should not be just like Pisa said, we have other things we can talk about, right? But when it is raised, I don't feel uncomfortable. I don't feel awkward. And so,
Interesting.
So, yeah.
So is that how we have to say? All right. Sadly, we have no time, but yes, we had a great conversation today with this answer. Yes, the truth. Science has never helped anyone, whether or not you think young adults should be sexually active. One thing is clear, we cannot afford to make this conversation a taboo. Because when you stay silent, your voice, your boundaries, and your right to be respected and safe. So always remember, express yourself, set your boundaries, protect yourself at all costs. Till next time we come your way, keep watching Dominion Broadcast. And from your Unfiltered sisters and peace, we say bye.
And brother. Bye.